Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my planner lineup. So this is my official 2021 planner lineup that I will be using starting in January. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my process and why I started this and what's changed, because I feel like in the planner community, we have had so many changes, so many things are going on. The first thing that I do, this is my Cultivate What Matters Powersheets for 2021. I did get the blue linen cover and I did have a haul for this. It still is going to be posted. And so number one, there is tons of prep work involved. This year there's less than there was last year. And I'm not sure if I'm going to film that. If you guys are interested in seeing how I do it, maybe I will film it, but a lot of it is personal because it really kind of gets into depth about yourself as an individual and what's important to you. My first step, obviously you guys, if you guys have watched my goal planning videos, I fill this out every month. So it's usually, I film it about the middle of each month and then I post it at the end of like the last week of the month for the next month. So for January, I'll have this the last week of December, and you'll see how I fill it out and how I determine my goals. And then every single day, every single morning, I come to my tending list and I check off all of the things that I have accomplished on that day. So say for instance, one of my weekly action items is doing my weekly plan with me's, which I usually do. If I've done it, I color in one of the little squares and so forth. And so a lot of times, if there are specific things from here that I want to do, I will take them from here and pull them into my other planners. So after looking at this, this is my very first step. I move over to my Erin Condren. So I'm also going to link my latest Erin Condren video so you can see what I do. So this year, I've gone through a couple of changes and a couple of thought processes. At the beginning, when I first ordered this, this was going to be my only planner. I was going to use it for everything, for paying my bills, for budgeting, for doing my weekly plans, for doing my monthly overview, basically everything. I found that I like using stickers a lot more than I do just writing and doing lettering. So for me, it's pretty much a catch-all planner, but it's going to be a catch-all planner that's visual, and it's my one planner that I film online. So in here, on the monthly sections, I will actually go ahead and put, you know, Chad's days off, Connor's days off, appointments that are due, when we get paid, stuff like that. But in here, it'll be no confidential information at all, just stuff that I don't mind sharing with everybody else. And just to kind of show you how I plan out my week. So this, it's still a visual representation for me, but I like to use stickers. And this is kind of my fun kind of online YouTube planner. So it does give me content for my channel. It has gone from my everything overall catch-all planner to just my kind of filming sticker, have fun with me planner. And I did, as you can see, I did get a vertical this year. So last year, current year that we're in right now, actually, I have a horizontal, and I found a horizontal very difficult to plan in. So I've been using washi tape like crazy. And I don't know, this is going to be a bit of a different layout. So I'm going to start using my Christiane design stickers in this planner. So it should be interesting. So keep tuned for that. The best way to keep tuned on my channel is hitting the bell notification so you won't miss out on any videos I post. I will have these starting up in January using my new planner. So next, the next step in my process after I've checked my Erin Condren, so sometimes, and this is actually what happens. So from my Cultivate What Matters, sometimes I'll move stuff directly into my Happy Planner. So in this one, when I am filming Wednesday or Thursday for the week, like the next week of, there are things that I'll write down in here that I'll sometimes forget, and there are things that will change, but for the most part, there are some things in here that I won't always remember to add to my other planners. So I always check this one first, and if there's anything I need to add, it goes straight into my bullet journal. So now moving on to my Happy Planner. So again, I'm going to link my Frankenplanned video for you just so you can see how I did it. It is a long video because I go through every single step of the process. I'm in love with this cover. You guys know I love purple. That is why I had to get this planner. So the reason why I started this, it is technically 7 planners in one plus a journal. So I called it 8 planners in one on my video when I filmed this. And I started watching this channel by Elena. Her channel name is The Organized Money, and I loved how she had her happy planner set up. So I wanted different sections to kind of organize my life. And because it's all in one book, it's all right here. So it's not like I have 5 or 6 different individual books to look at. So that's why I like this one so much. And if Erin Condren is my YouTube show everything kind of planner, this one is for everything that goes on in the background. I'm going to do a quick flip through of this because I said I would in my Frankenplanned video. So the first part here is my book planner future planning thing because I liked the color so much that I wanted to have this in front. Then I have a today section, which is here. So I've got this special filler paper, and it is pretty much today's focus. So if I want just kind of like a quick look at where I can write a quick grocery list or have reminders for an individual day, this is where I go. I have an ideas tab. So this is basically for any ideas that it comes to my, basically anything, but I would put business ideas in here and maybe put it in the front of my business section. So it's just an area where I can go and write anything down, kind of like a brain dump. The next section is my catch-all planner. So, and you guys, I recommend checking out The Organized Money, Elena, because she gives a very good explanation why she has a catch-all planner. So at first, I kind of thought it was silly to have this many planners and a catch-all planner to kind of keep track of all the other planners. I thought it was kind of a waste of time, but it actually makes a little bit of sense. It is an overview of your life. So if you only had one planner, this would be it. And the reason why I got a hourly vertical is because it shows you a realistic time frame of how much you can actually get done in a day. So a lot of times before I would write a list in my bullet journal, and it would be a list that would take me, you know, maybe 25, 30 hours of stuff that I had to do. And a lot of times it would roll over to the next day. I would look at my list and get so frustrated because I didn't get half of it done. And now what happens a lot of time is my daughter gives me a hard time throughout the day because she's teething and she needs a lot of attention. So I don't get even a quarter of what's on my list done. And so when she's sleeping or at bedtime, I usually stay up late, and that's when I get the majority of my work done. So for here, the only fallback on this is that it only goes to 8 o'clock, and I stay up till about 1 or 2 every day just trying to get work done. So on weekdays, I usually get up at 6 and I usually go to bed at 2. So I know it doesn't let me have a lot of sleep, but I can run on not a lot of sleep, so I'm okay with that. So going to the monthly section, this is like the overview for the entire month. So everything goes on here, but it's also not decorative at all. All it is me writing with a black pen and showcasing everything that's going on during the week or during the month. And then moving to the weekly section, same thing. I'm just writing in black pen and time blocking my day. So then I can realize, okay, hey, lunch is going to take half an hour because I have a 6-month-old, or taking my son to school might take 15 minutes. It's not just like one of those things on my bullet journal task list, it's going to take 1 second. It does take time to do all of the things. So the one thing about my catch-all is that I do have the next month in here, just in case there are future events. Say I'm out, for instance, and I have my planner with me in my bag, I will be able to write down any appointments. If I'm at the doctor's, I can write down the next appointment. And if not, it will go into my phone on my Google Calendar. So the next section is my social section. So technically this is part of business, but I wanted to label it like that because it is all of the filler paper that has to do with my business. So I have a Get Social on each of these little boxes. I number them according to the day of the week. And then I put in my subscriber count, my views, and my watch time just to keep track and see how I'm growing as a channel. The next one is another today type of thing, but it's a social. So if I can get any work done on any of my social media, this is where it would go. Another one that's similar is a plan of attack. Sometimes if I'm working on multiple videos, because I do like to batch videos, I can film 2 or 3 at one time and then edit as I go along. So say for instance, I have a whole week where I can film 3 videos every single day. And sometimes that has happened. I'll film like, at the end of the week, I'll have 20 videos and I can't keep them all on my computer. So I write them down here and I just keep track of them that way. I do have kind of an amended thing because in my bullet journal, I started a video Kanban. So if you're interested, I will post my last bullet journal video startup where I kind of drew it out and I kind of explain how I used it. And I'm going to continue that in my newest bullet journal. Okay, so moving on for paper wise, this is Plan It Out. So I thought this was perfect for my Patreon because I can use 1 sheet per month, and tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 would go in these boxes. And then I have notes for additional items I needed to write down. And this is project goal paper. So if I have a specific project or a goal, for instance, starting my website, I would write it down here and just write down all of the steps I needed to take. And then the last one is a daily focus. This would go really well with an Etsy shop. This is technically a teacher edition. So you get like this area to put this time blocking here and then to copy, to prep, and notes. So for me, I think this would work well if I'm making stickers. So this is what I would use that for. And then finally we get to the business section. So I have my future information in here and I will be adding videos to here, but also I like to plan out my videos on my monthly calendar. So most likely I'll probably add in the next month as well, just so I have an overview of what's going on for the next month or two. And I do film currently every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So 4 times a week. And if I do start opening up an Etsy shop and my Patreon account, that might go down. I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet, but 4 videos a week is a lot, and I know a lot of other people only film once a week, so we'll see how that goes. And I do have a vertical section for my business. So my idea was I could put YouTube information here, Patreon and Etsy, and then if there is Instagram photos or stories I wanted to take, I would just kind of split one of the boxes for Instagram. And then next is moving on to expense. So this Savvy Saver, this is another Happy Planner edition. I'm going to keep this for my business expenses and basically put any income on the future log. And then also like any supplies that I need, which would be a business expense, any activity. So this would be in my business accounts. And just everything that's kind of going on in my business. So whether it's purchasing supplies, making lists of what I need, anything to do with money is what would go in here. The next one is going to be my home budget. Technically, I don't have anything here yet. I am going to get Elena's budget planner. She's from the Organized Money. She does have an Etsy shop, and I'm very interested in getting a hard copy of it, but shipping is like $30, so I haven't purchased it yet, but I really want to get it, and that will go there. And even if I do get it, I probably won't show a flip through because by the time I do have it, I will have written in it, so it's going to be a lot of confidential information. But if you guys are interested, just go on Etsy and look for the Organized Money and you'll see a copy of her budget planner and you can see all of the different sheets that she has in it. It is really, really good if you're interested in budgeting at all. Okay, so next is my home section. So for the home section, I did get the household extension pack. So there were a couple of papers I took out of there. One was chores, and it has this daily chore little list. Each one is good for a week, so I just put 1 sheet in here. The next one is meal plans. I really like this because it comes attached with a little grocery list. And then there's the future log. So in here would be all of my son's days off of school for the entire school year. And then going to the dashboard before the month. And this is just any goals that I want or big ideas. The monthly view, of course. So this one I do kind of use some stickers between, I think the one that would be the most stickered up with washi tape and stickers would probably be business, and the home one, because I like using washi tape to show days off and stuff like that. This is a dashboard. So this one was the homebody seasons, and I add anything in here to do with the household, household projects, cleaning, my son's days off school, appointments, anything like that, anything to do with the house. And the next is projects. So this is still household, but this would be like a project paper if we wanted to like paint the house or something like that. The next planner is my health planner, and technically I have two sections in here, two different planners. One of them is for body, and that is just the fitness planner, and I really liked this page here where it says my mind, body, and myself, and goals. And usually what I do on this one is I track how much water I'm going to use. Actually there's a tracker in the next one too. I'll show you once we get there. But I want to have water intake, my sleep patterns, my weight tracking in here, and yeah, basically anything I've eaten, and just stuff to do with like food, body, anything to do with that. And then the mind is the next one. This is the recovery edition. So it gives a whole bunch of goals, and then the monthly overview, which I won't really use. And then this dashboard, which is kind of nice because it gives you a daily gratitude section, a weekly check-in, and this is stuff I was doing in my bullet journal. So as you'll see come the new bullet journal setup that I do in January, a lot of the stuff I used to do will no longer be in there. I'm going to switch to this planner for that. And then I have a journal. So this is a happy planner, kind of a happy planner journal. And this is the section that kind of goes with the recovery part of it. It has an area for reflection, daily gratitude, and then it repeats. It's undated, so it doesn't matter if you skip a day. And it's nice because if you don't like to write a lot, there's not tons of room, so it's easier to write something. And the last planner is my reading planner. So what I wanted to do with this, I find myself reading tons of books and never really writing it down of which books I've read or summaries of the books. So I've started actually writing down summaries of the books I've read, or the chapters or the pages. So right now, currently I'm on Outlander, The Drums of Autumn, and every time I read a section, I just write a little blurb about what it was, just kind of like a summary, just to look back and keep in mind, hey, this is what I was reading at this point in my life. So that's a lot to go through because this one probably takes the most time to go through in the morning. And then last, I go to my bullet journal. There's nothing to show you in here because I haven't started this yet. I haven't drawn out any of the beginning spreads, but I'll basically go through the front section of my journal. I think I'll have this posted closer to the middle of December, and then January setup will be closer to the end of December. So keep tuned for those. But I basically go through, if there's anything I need to write at the beginning, I will. And then I just go through the month of all the things. It's kind of interesting because this process can take me, like if I go through all of these planners, it can take me anywhere up to 2 hours if I wanted to spend my time on it, or it can take me 15 minutes. It just depends how much effort I put into it. And if it's a Friday, for instance, and I'm doing a budget, it will take me a little bit longer. So that's it for my planner lineup. I just wanted to share that quickly with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I'd love if you subscribed. Thank you so much for everyone who has already. You wouldn't believe how much your support means to me. And also remember, click that bell button so you'll be notified every time I upload. We'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.